Now, and we are live.
Wonderful. It's so good to be here. I want to say good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is where you're tuning in or watching replays, and welcome. I'm Mikey with two E's. I'm also known as Metro Mikey. The two E's in my name stand for the environment and everyone, the two things that I care about most. I'm a Harrisburg, Pennsylvania business and sustainability coach, along with a host of other things. But speaking of hosting, that's what I'm going to be doing today. We just have a quick GBC, Green Beauty Community or Green Beauty Coalition meetup today with our wonderful founder and mentor, Daniel. Why don't you go ahead and say a few things about yourself?
Hi, my name is Daniel. I am one of the founders of the Green Beauty Community, and I just wanted to create a space where sustainability advocates could have an opportunity to chat, meet up, and advocate together. So, whoever's watching, thank you for joining us.
Well, and I think you're doing a right bang up job, I think, as the Brits would say, bringing everyone together. The Instagram's doing amazing. I'm seeing your content on TikTok. I love the Facebook group and, of course, our online community, greenbeautycommunity.com. You can sign up as a free member at the website, or you can do a subscription for the premier side of the website and get access to mentors and some private things that aren't quite available to everyone. But it is a place where we want to come together, have these conversations, build a community, and hopefully make the future better than it's looking lately. Daniel, is there anything that's been on your mind from this week?
Oh, this week is all about prepping for Earth Month. We have a lot going on. Number one, our Green Beauty Community Sustainable Salon Guidebook will be completed by April 1st, and so that's when we'll debut that. We've been working in partnership with Pivot Point. They've been extremely helpful with helping us curate the information um, and um, and designing the guidebook. So we're excited. We're going to launch that. Um, we're officially going to announce the directory. Sorry, I don't know why my mind slipped. So we're officially going to announce the directory as well, and the directory is there for our community members to list their businesses, and hopefully um, we can provide them with an opportunity to be found in their local search area uh, um, using our platform to optimize their listings. So when someone searches for green salon or eco-friendly salon in my area, what we want to do is help our members pop up first. Um, with that, I have a whole list with artists to go on the 15th, on the no, on the 9th of April. We're going to have a webinar with them on their platform. And they're an interesting platform because they provide spaces. So if you have a salon and you're not quite full, you have a couple chairs open, they provide software that um, independent stylists can find you. And if they vibe with your salon and want to work, they help make that connection. So I think that's a really good tool and is needed in the beauty industry. And in my opinion, I think it helps cut down on carbon emissions because those spaces are already being used anyways. So it's just really a great concept to help maximize that space. Um, our co-founder, Jacqueline, will be having her presentation on April 8th. Our community meetup will be April 1st, and we'll be putting out media in the next couple of weeks. So don't worry if you can't write all this down. Um, we'll be going to Chicago to the America's Beauty Show on the 19th through the 22nd. And we're looking forward to that. We're going to walk the floor, meet people, and hopefully find other brands and other stylists that are in the industry that would like to champion green beauty. Um, and there's a slew of other things we have to plan as well. So this entire next 2 weeks is going to be go, 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 trying to get Earth Month together. But it's an important month for us. I think part of our mission is to make sure that sustainability is talked about outside of April. So we want to make sure there's a clear drumbeat of information 12 months out of the year. But of course, April is one of the most important months to talk about environmental issues, especially in beauty. So
That's a lot, Daniel.
I know, man. We're working over here. Me, Hannah,
But it
Jacqueline, and Maisie, and yourself. I mean, we're a small team, mostly volunteer, but we're living the dream. We're gonna make it happen.
And it's definitely an important mission, at least from my perspective. When I tell everyone I'm Mikey with two E's and I care about the environment and everyone, I specifically say that I care about the environment first because um, I know that there's a lot going on in the world all the time. However, if we don't have a planet to live on, there's no causes to champion. There's no social justice or reform or anything like that if we literally don't have a place to live. So that's why the environment has become the number one topic and priority for me. And that's why I volunteer my time and work hard and try to educate my clients and friends and family and everyone in the green beauty community. Just if we don't have a home, what do we have? So thanks for all your work. You know?
Oh no, thank you. I appreciate you. For those who don't know, me and Mikey met about 3 or 4 years ago on Clubhouse, doing this exact same thing, having conversations about sustainability and beauty, and we established a friendship throughout that, and this is just what we do. And it's been great to be able to find others who feel the same way and bring them into to the conversation. So, oh, I forgot Insight Professional on the 15th. We'll be doing a webinar with them. They have some really good products, and their company is sustainable, and they really care when it comes to energy management, water management, waste management. So interested to talk to them and introduce our community to them as well.
That is exciting. I can't wait to host that. Insight Professional is actually one of the sustainable brands that I currently utilize in my salon. And I did start using them during our clubhouse days when I met a few people from the Insight world. Their mission to have carbon neutral products shipped, from Italy to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania was something that was really amazing from how I saw it. And then they were one of the vegan lines. I use mostly vegan products. There is one line that I have that still utilizes silk, and as we all know, that comes from silkworm. So their product line, although they do have a vegan product line, they're usually 99%, but the rest of them, including Insight, is all vegan all the time. So I think that vegan products are a way to reduce a lot of the climate pressure. Growing plants is a lot easier than growing animals, so I tend to choose vegan options if I can. So I'm excited for that. Earth Month sounds like it's going to be amazing. Have you heard any crazy climate news or current events that you want to share, Daniel?
Um, I'm drawing a blank, but I feel like I have. I hate to do this on the pod, but I'm just gonna go to my phone because I know I just shared it in our group chat. Um, we have a Discord where we always put interesting articles. Where's the last one I shared? Okay. Well, yeah, a couple things. Uh, Ulta, like a woman finds a dumpster full of unopened products outside of an Ulta store. Don't want to call anyone out, but when I read that, I was like, oh my God, they're really dumping all these return products straight into the trash. Like, that's kind of wasteful. Um, also made me think there's a program that we've been in contact with that has women's shelters, and they look for products that can be used instead of just plain old soap and water. I'm sure they are low on funding and only get a certain amount of funds towards beauty products. Ulta, if you're listening, that's a good place to put that. And then what was really interesting, I was looking about the EU ban on recycled plastics, and I guess a lot of resin that's coming from outside of the EU, they can't really verify if it's post-consumer or not. And there's some suspicion that certain countries are sending in this resin, and the resin might not actually be recycled. They're just taking advantage of the growing need or want for post-consumer resin. So I thought that was kind of sinister. You want to, let's say you're in the EU and you want to create a product bottle out of post-consumer plastics, and so you do business with this company outside of the EU, and they just send you regular plastic chopped up into pellets to try to fool you. There's just so many things to stay aware of um, in this whole space, and that's just a couple things that stuck out to me this week.
I'm reminded of the saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Right? Exactly. I mean, you know, you expect it. I think there's some, and that's the whole thing that we want to try to highlight. When it comes to greenwashing, there's some brands that are intentionally trying to deceive you for money. And those are the ones we need to call out. But then there's other ones that just have made certain brand choices that don't solve every problem, but they solve some problems. Like maybe they're in post consumer plastic instead of being in glass. That doesn't mean they're greenwashing because their solution isn't perfect, because this is an imperfect situation we're dealing with. And I think that is, like I said, that's something that we want to try to communicate within the community, and like help have those conversations so people can understand um, that concept. So yeah, that's uh, that's that's what I have.
Well, and what do they call it? Piggybacking off of that, I know that times are tough and times are stressful, and we just went through some of the craziest, cost of living shifts and inflationary shifts and economic pressures. So that's why we wanted to create a community that had, a free place for everyone to come and chat and share this information and form those communal bonds and stuff, because it's more important now than it ever has been to have these discussions and figure out which brands are actually being true to their mission, vision, values, and then true to our community mission, vision, values. Um, and I guess my hope for everyone in the green beauty community is to utilize it a little bit more. I haven't been seeing a lot of posts in our, community forums, so hopefully we can come together and start speaking about all these things. Two things that I had to update concerning, I guess, current events, if you will, was one, we had our 7 R's of sustainability from Hannah, and we were talking about composting and using hair, recycling that into, closed systems when it comes to gardening or farming or, flowers or what have you. So I'm doing my double blind study. I planted some. Well, I repotted. I use organic aloe at my salon whenever I do waxing, so that I
Oh,
can
nice.
use an natural coolant, if you will, for post wax care. Um, so while I was doing that, I actually planted a couple pansies because I love supporting my local nursery. They organic everything. I love supporting them. And then I went through and planted Christmas cactus that I've had for years and years, and some succulents. And I did one pot that had my organic potting soil, and then I did the second one with the same type of plant with a little bit of recycled hair that I sourced directly from the floor in my salon. So I'm gonna
Nice.
see if that actually, if the hair will help some of my salon plants grow, and I love utilizing plants in my salon. Not only does it make me happy, but it's air purifiers, mood enhancers, and all those great things. Um, so I'm excited to report back over that, and I will be also, as I started my seeds and will be planting in my raised bed gardens and my backyard garden. I want to kind of do a little test and see if the hair is actually, helper or causes hindrance in my garden. So I'll be reporting back on that as well.
Nice.
My
Uh,
other, oh, go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I'm just sure Hannah is going to be excited to hear your results. So
Well, I'm looking forward to watching the process and reporting back. The other thing that was kind of on my radar is kind of a global problem. And man, everything is so complex and ties together in the weirdest ways. Um, I was watching a documentary on how our future needs to be relatively carless. We have done a whole lot of injustice to the climate, injustice to marginalized peoples, by building extensive highways, literally, just for people's gas guzzling vehicles to get from point A to point B. Um, and uh, in the future, not only are we going to have fossil fuel, vehicles, but we're also going to have electric vehicles that consume a lot of lithium. And right now, I guess current events state that we're having lithium shortages, and it takes a lot out on communities and the earth to mine all of these precious metals for batteries and technology. And um, I'm kind of thinking of the line in Dubai, how it's going to be, a 500-kilometer long city
yeah,
that everything is in its own little segment. So it's a straight line. This segment has everything that you would need: your fitness center, your grocery stores, your, farming capacities, aero gardens, entertainment, shopping, and then the next segment will have the same thing, and then the next and the next and so on. And I know that there will be, sustainable transportation if you need to get from one side to the other side, but it really eliminates the need for, you know, uh, for lack of a better term, pedestrian vehicles, single use cars, if you will.
yeah, that's pretty crazy. And I think our future, we're at the kind of the cusp of a lot of change, and a lot of that is going to be in how we design our cities and how we live our lives, and um, the things that we have relied on in the past. We're going to have to let some of them go in order for us to have a healthier future. And I think that's kind of at the root of the sustainability movement. Just kind of trying to identify those pain points and doing what we can in the moment to help. So yeah, that's pretty interesting, though.
So those are the two things that I did this past week that, I gave my attention to.
Nice. Well, today is, I think, World Recycling Day. So happy World Recycling Day, everyone. That It's actually only my second time in a row, second year hearing about it. But of course, uh, recycling. We just did an article on recycling. Like, does recycling really work in the beauty industry? And long story short, it does. Um, but I wrote it in response to a certain brand who I won't name. But all of their marketing has just been on recycling as a joke. It doesn't work. That's why you need to buy our dryer sheets or wash sheets or whatever. And it just made me really frustrated because at this particular time, what we don't need is people to start crapping all over recycling. And it's not perfect. None of these solutions are perfect. But what do we want people to do? Just throw everything out, or just buy all of your product? I feel like it was such a disingenuous way to market, that there needed to be some sort of response to that in article or blog form, and it just really like teed me off, to be honest. And at least the good thing was I went in the comment section and I could see people standing up for recycling, and I was like, okay, at least those people are there. Like, it's not perfect. A lot of stuff you throw out doesn't get recycled. A lot of the plastics that have recycling symbols can't easily be recycled. I think, what is it? One, two, three, one, two. What?
Two,
One, two.
four, five to stay
Hey,
alive.
there you go. Two. I was wondering what you're saying was. So yeah. So in regards to World Recycling Day, recycling works in the beauty industry. We support it. Keep doing it. Just learn as much as you can so you can optimize everything that you try to recycle to make sure it is actually being used again. So, but yeah, that's probably it for me. Um,
I know the recycling process isn't perfect by any means, and I know that it was has seedy origins, if
yeah,
you will. But I don't think that just because something isn't perfect, that we need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
yeah, right.
So we
Or
can recycle to the best of our abilities and try to fix all the problems that we see along the way.
true. I agree.
But yeah, I think that's all for me. I'll keep an eye out for any current events over the next few weeks leading into Earth Month. But I'm so excited for our calendar events and all the guest educators that we're going to be hosting. And I'm looking forward to making the world a better place.
Me too. Thank you for your help and thank you for everyone who's watching. We appreciate it. You can sign up for the Green Beauty community. You can actually use code GBC10 to receive a free lifetime premium membership. And once you're there, sign up for the directory and have your salon or yourself, if you're an independent, listed so you can be found in your local area. We look forward to sharing all the great things we have planned for next month. In a calendar that will be coming up soon. So pay attention to our socials and you'll be able to get the rundown on what we're doing.
And I can be found at Metro Mikey on all platforms. Where can we find the Green Beauty community, Daniel?
The Green Beauty Coalition on Instagram, greenbeautycommunity.com online, and then Green Beauty Community for all the other platforms, except for X, because we know we feel a certain way about them. So,
All opinions are valid.
right? That's all we have. A bunch of opinions, but we're going to tell them.
Yep, I love it. Well, I will be looking forward to meeting up next week. Hopefully, if you're here live, you got some value out of what we're saying. Feel free to contact us outside of these webinars, and you all have a great rest of your day.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks for joining.